I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Just ahead, Tom Still talks about the aging face of Wisconsin and how a dab of wrinkle remover will help the economy. And John Biondi, the new director of the Discovery to Product Initiative at the UW-Madison, describes how that program will help power the startup engine on campus. And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for late March. Rising aircraft manufacturers. The State Assembly has voted to create a sales tax exemption for aircraft maintenance, parts, and labor, and sent the bill to the governor for signature. Senate President Mike Ellis locked in a tough re-election fight, pushed the bill to help Gulfstream in his Appleton area district. Cessna in Milwaukee also stands to benefit. Some had worried about the loss of $3 million in state and local tax revenues, but backers argue that would be offset by an increase in business from clients who literally fly over Wisconsin to other states that don't impose the tax. And falling, Manitowoc Company. The food service division of the Manitowoc-based company will lay off 150 workers at its ice production plant beginning in September. The company says work on its line of Indigo ice machines will be moved to a new plant in Mexico. The layoffs would affect more than half of the 235 unionized workers in Manitowoc. Company officials say producing in Monterey will move the work closer to its customer bases in California, Florida, and Texas, while Mexico's trade agreements could open up new South American markets. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
Depending on where you live or work in the state, you might have a very different perspective on the aging face of Wisconsin. If you're in Dane County, where software companies such as Epic boast a 6,800 person workforce with an average age of 29, the world can look remarkably young, tattooed, and pierced. But if you're living in other, especially rural parts of Wisconsin, you might find yourself taking part in a never-ending AARP meeting. Of course, the aging of America is not just a Wisconsin phenomenon. The same trends are happening across America and the world, especially in Europe and parts of East Asia. But close to home, it means the workforce isn't producing enough workers to replace those who may soon retire. The reasons for Wisconsin's aging profile vary, from falling birth rates since 1965 to declining death rates thanks to generally longer lifespans. And while brain drain can be a problem, statistics show Wisconsin suffers most from a lack of brain gain or attracting young professionals from elsewhere. For whatever reasons, the problem is simply stated. States with a larger, more skilled workforce are likely to win the economic growth sweepstakes over the coming decades. A change in perception about Wisconsin might be a good starting point. Sure, we've got plenty of beer and brats, but our biotechnology and our binary skills are world-class too. Here are a few ideas. Build on efforts to tie Wisconsin to major metropolitan areas just across our borders, such as Chicago and the Twin Cities. We live in the IQ corridor, with the letter I standing for interstate, innovation, intellectual property and investment, and the Q for quality of education, life, and workforce. Let's market that. Encourage policymakers to take a more aggressive stance on immigration reform, which would allow Wisconsin to attract more talent from abroad. Sharpen the focus on improving K-12 education so that fewer students drop out or leave high school unprepared, especially in the state's largest cities. Also, encourage more of those students to consider high-reward technical careers that may not involve a four-year degree right away. Quit apologizing for attracting foreign and out-of-state students to the UW system campuses. We need them, and they more than pay their way in higher tuition. Consider a state rebranding project, admittedly not cheap, to send the message that Wisconsin offers a superb quality of life, innovative businesses, affordable business costs, a vibrant culture, and more. Many companies and communities in Wisconsin have proven they can pull in 20 and 30-something workers. Instead of looking at those places through envious eyes, let's try to learn what keeps them young.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with John Biondi, the director of the new Discovery to Product Initiative.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with John Biondi, the director of the new Discovery to Product Initiative on the UW-Madison campus. Welcome, John.
Well, thanks, Liz. It's fun to be here.
What are the main goals of Discovery to Product, also known as D2P for short?
Liz, actually, they're very simple. We're trying to improve the hit rate of how we convert this $1 billion of research funding that comes into the university, how we convert that into licensing agreements and companies. So we're trying to take that top line of $1 billion and create more commercialization with it.
You've come to the job from the private sector, having worked for several startup companies in the tech world. What did that teach you about what's needed for campus startups to be successful?
Well, I think the main thing there, Liz, is that professors and investigators on campus are very focused on their technology, as they should be, and they really are not proficient at moving that technology down a commercial path. I think what you have to do to be an entrepreneur is understand how to wrap a business model, a revenue model, a strategy around your technology. And those are the areas primarily that I think D2P can be very helpful with. There's a lot of resources along those lines at the university and outside of the university. And it's going to be D2P's job to plug university investigators and entrepreneurs into those resources and help them down that commercialization path.
And what are the next steps with D2P over the coming months, on campus and beyond?
Well, we're starting from a clean sheet of paper, and so we're really going to have to set up all the mechanisms of bringing a technology, bringing an entrepreneur into our system and rendering that help that I've been talking about. We're going to have to set up the databases of mentors and advisors. We're going to have to set up the databases of potential team members. Other resources will have to be identified and brought to bear on each of these projects as we encounter them. So it's setting up the mechanisms for all of that will be high on our list. Also hiring, we need some people to help us out to do those things. And so again, we're starting from a clean sheet of paper. We have to set up a whole program here.
Thanks, John, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW-Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent Foot Executive Search. See you next time.